Good morning. It's always benefitful to remind oneself once in a while that the life is not necessary to suffer. And you are lucky enough to follow a certain directions or to just be able to give up whatever burden is there. It's not a question of time, it's a question of immediate radical in any now. To just be freed from stories. Otherwise one will suffocate. Because samsara doesn't spare anybody. I mean, the agitation of the mind, samsara. So, welcome to, we can call it freedom, but let's not make it a something. Welcome to that instant of freedom from everything.
Ganga, there is, like, I asked you this, like Lao Tzu, he sees a falling leaf and there's a something. Ramakrishna sees the birds in the sky and there's a something. You had a moment of something. Now, my question is, can I just simply forget everything? There's nothing to do. I live my life and just forget the whole circle.
Even forget your life?
What?
Even forget your life, it will be lived.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can just
So
forget.
don't say, I don't. Of course, I live my life. But, you know, from where I indicate, even forget to live your life. It's because it is there or not, it's not under control. Huh?
Right.
Yeah. So
just forget the whole thing.
the whole thing. And even forget that you have to forget. Just be freed from the mind. I mean, from the tyranny of the mind. And that includes, of course, this wish to try to, or to believe that there will be a sign in the life of some progress or some trueness, or a belief that the life will, of course, will be better as one conceives it. Forget about all that, you see. The samsara will appear to each one according to the destiny of his birth, body, mind. Yeah? And that you cannot stop till you die. But what you can stop is to believe you are only that. And for that, to realize that, or to make it obvious, let's say, it will always be just now, not grasping any movement, like this, like when he saw the leaf falling, it's like this, when he saw the other one saw the birds, like this. It's not the result of a practice, it's like this. What we call now is like this. And that's why what you are is always available alive. You know, all those indications and all those stories about liberation is just to offer this second of freedom from whatever you know, to make what you really are, which is ever non-objectifiable, yeah, maybe, once for all. So it is not a state, it will not be always the same way as it has been when it has, you know, there was a moment of this. And there is no more concern of if the samsara appears, not appears, if it's painful or not. There is a concern for the person, of course, but I mean there will be no real concern because it goes on. it goes on. So all those stories are true for the one who tells them. It's the past. It is expressed because it inspires in many ways. But don't think it will happen this way with you, or don't try that it happens this way.
Ganga.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. Good morning. So that I can stop the story. I know that's to not touch the story. I can just let that be. Where I'm getting caught is on the feeling level. There is something deep in me that feels that being able to stop the feeling of contraction or this feeling should then move on, and it might not, and it doesn't, or
Yeah.
so I get but this is where I'm getting more caught, not
Yeah.
in the stream of my life and so much,
Mm.
but more
Yeah.
on the feeling.
Yeah, because of course a human doesn't like to be caught in unpleasant feelings,
Yeah,
to say the least. So of course he hopes to feel better and that it will go on. But actually you see, it doesn't bring, even if it is possible to manage with all that, it doesn't bring a real result, because it goes on changing, the results anyway go away, and then there will be an expectation of something else, etc. So the real, let's say, freedom from all this care is just not to care anymore. It's because you have seen enough that it is the life in this manifestation, and how much power have you on it? You don't, you see. You don't. So the peace, to name the freedom to, is to, yeah, to let it be. It's giving up a moment all what is, and then that ruins the so-called continuity of suffering.
So it's just bearing whatever is happening in the body, and you do have to
Even if it is not bearable, what can you do? Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, of course you can be helped in a certain ways, but I mean, satsang doesn't deal with that, you see, because obviously they are temporary solutions and good. Well, of course, why not? One has to be helped. But we don't speak of that. Huh? So we speak of who am I in reality? What is there anything which escapes this law of changes, birth and death, and so on? Hmm? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ganga, how to stop?
Not grasping the how. And that's not to meditate upon. It's not pleasant today, it's cold. It's okay. It's okay. So, you see, I don't know why I speak of that today, but probably because of the stories you brought. All those stories, as I say, they are very inspiring when we still don't know or wish to know what they lived to express themselves in a certain way. And that certain way I want to speak about, it depends, it will be expressed according to the ultimate, let's say, last platform where the mind landed. So all the expression will always be in comparisons with what you lived before. And that's why you cannot expect that another moment which is also completely, let's say, freed from samsara and all, you may not react at all the same way because your platform is not the same or you don't have a platform anymore. So you see that the illusion also to those stories are indications. It doesn't mean at all what they express. But of course, something is expressed because there is a real relief. Real relief. Why? Because suddenly you don't catch the mind. You don't land on the mind. That's all. Some may weep, some may laugh, some may jump, some may dance, some may keep quiet. It has no value. It has no value. They are expressions, very personal expression according to what is left behind. So don't expect anything. Don't allow your mind to capture. Don't allow your mind to capture it. And when you are in your mind, you are in your mind. No problem. Good luck with pleasure and suffering, but there is no problem. When you are not in your mind, you are really not in your mind.
Ganga,
Yeah.
so we need the life.
You speak, you say I.
Do I need the life to be freed from life?
It's a question put in the life, yes. Yes.
What, to give example?
What you ask, you can only ask when you are alive. Yeah?
But I am in the life.
But that's what I say.
Yes.
You can put this question only when you are in the life, not when you are dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you wanted to know, no?
I don't know.
I think you precise a bit more your question.
So what? Why do we need all this? Why do I need all this? Does it even matter?
Why to go in your mind? To get the answer, it will not be through the mind. And it will not be an answer solving any mystery or philosophy. It will be an answer that you don't listen anymore to your question because it's irrelevant, actually. Yeah? The mind will always wander. But be wise not to try to find an answer. Be the answer. Be the answer. It's the first time you come? Yes.
Also this year I was here when I was 15.
Really?
Yeah.
So, something special to be solved?
What?
Is there something special to be solved?
Not really anymore.
Very nice.
No. Yeah. I'm happy.
It's rare to hear a young telling I am happy.
Yeah, maybe, but I like it that it is like this now, and it will change. But now I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't insist. So what about this corner? Yeah. You will speak a little louder?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a little bit similar with the question that was already asked. It's just so I'm trying.
Yeah.
So when I get out of my thought process,
When you get out of...
my thought
Yeah.
process, what happens to me is that I really get into my feelings and into a lot of love, into pleasantness. But because of teachings, I know this is not it. And I want to withdraw even from pleasant feelings.
Everything is it.
Yeah.
Just don't catch to try to fix anything. Everything is it.
The mind then is still involved and it's like, this is just a feeling, but this is again then the thought.
Yeah, the mind will start to have drawers, and put this here and there and there and there and there. It was very good to hear that don't confuse yourself with an expression only, but Now you hear the opposite. Everything is good to hear. It depends when you want to hear it. So now I tell you everything is it. So what happens to you? That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. There was no. I'm not understanding, and I'm fine.
It's very good. Finally. Let the mind don't capture it. That's all. What you are, which is untouchable, is from where everything can rise and fall. This wind. So,
Ganga? Just have
hi.
why I have all these fears inside myself?
Past, the past, which presents itself. So, they may be appearing there, but be more concerned now with from where they come from. We saw digging in the past, but from where this is possible to appear. What is there to make them appear? The root of that, what is it?
This is the question?
Yeah.
Ah.
I have also questions sometimes. Not maybe. You have to be very sure. How do you see the world? Because of what? How do you see your fear? What makes you able to experience?
In my body?
I just ask you the answer. Your answer. Okay, you said the body. Because of the body. So whose body?
Mine?
Yeah, and who can say mine?
Me?
Better to say I. I. Because of rising I, all this is possible. Did you ever see that? Maybe not, so you try to see that. Whatever you experience, it's because I rises. Whatever, you feel, you know, you sense, is because you first have to say I. Even if it is not said, like some Advaitists say, feeling, knowing. They don't say I anymore because it's like a taboo. But I is there. I feel, I know, I feel. So, not to be bound by the past, you could ask yourself from where I rises. And you go that direction. You go to that direction. In that direction, is there anything like fear? You have to see that. Fear, it's I, and then the fear is there. If you ask from where the fear or from where I rises, you have to go this way. So the fear is left alone. Okay. So if you want to be rid of your fears, you just do that. And fall in love with that direction more than that direction. Hmm? So, my advice is don't be eaten away by samsara. For that, be just vigilant. If you don't understand what I say, ask. Yeah. Louder.
I was just thinking, formulating to ask. So, the obsession to be busy with what's going on.
Yeah. It's an obsession of the mind. Yeah.
And there is parallelly this I don't care, but they are not ever at the same time. And sometimes, for a long period, the
Yeah.
obsession is
Yeah.
very strong, and the I don't care doesn't come up, and then
And when it comes up, it's called vigilance.
yes, and that's, now you say vigilance, and I was just going to ask about this because it seemed, I wanted to say that it seems to me uncontrollable, but it was
It's
what
not
I
true.
wanted to ask you.
It is not true. You see, the vigilance is possible and it rises on its own when you have a deep keeping quiet. You have seen, not with the eyes of course, what you are without trusting the mind about it. So that split second of being freed from beliefs concerns manifestation, the mind, has enough power if you know the preciousness of it, if you know, if you love it, if you know this is really wise. That has enough power to wake you up here and there. If it doesn't wake you up here and there, it's because you don't know yet what it is. All the work you see, which sweeps away more the samsara or not, comes from there, not from a personal effort. The moments of vigilance Papaji spoke about, be vigilant to the last breath of your life. It doesn't come from a person, it comes from that lovable, precious reality. So you can make short loops or long loops. It's true. But honor the moment you wake up. Honor it more and more, because you will like less to have long loops. Don't allow yourself to be eaten by the samsara. We cannot avoid to be eaten here and there. Don't allow yourself not to have oxygen of your own self. What do you lose to give it up? What do you lose? So, when I am eaten by samsara, I am eaten by samsara. When I am not eaten by samsara, I am not eaten by samsara. But allow at least this dance. Shiva is dancing. Shiva Nataraj is dancing. Why? Why is it not only represented meditating? Because it's only one aspect of it. Is dancing. Yet it is Shiva who dances. What is? Remember that beautiful story, Indian story of course. Krishna is with his disciple walking in the forest. Then Krishna stops at the foot of a tree and asks his disciple to fetch water. The river was not far. The disciple goes, and while he had his pot, he didn't yet touch the water, suddenly he saw a beautiful girl. And then he courted her. And then he married her. And then he had many kids. And then epidemia came. And then, one by one, they all died. And in his utmost suffering and pain, suddenly he wakes up. Oh, where I was. He quickly takes water, goes back to Krishna, and sits. So because he had the company of Krishna, because he knows himself, this was possible. We have loops, no doubts. What a blessing to go back from where we started.
Ganga?
Yeah.
There is this very strong silence when I'm here in
Yeah.
the present. And then
You
said,
heard
No.
a strong silence when here.
And there's no location. I cannot say out. But
Yeah.
you say not to land anywhere.
Yeah. That's not landing. So don't make it a landing place by trying to analyze.
Mind is trying to.
Yeah, don't. Don't touch it. Thank you very much.